Jeff! Hey fellow Earthlings, welcome back to my channel. As far as you can see, we have a freaking guest here. Can we give a twerk to our guest? This is my home girl, school girl. I don't know, but she's my girl in my squad. This is Diki Smalls, aka Dikeledi, and she has her channel, D's Corner. Please check it out. It is a good channel. Like, you know, I mean, come on. If she vibes with me, she vibes with y'all, and she really, you know, like the things, you know, the things that make the things to be done. Like she, it's cool. Yeah, guys. And by the way, don't forget to also like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, Tlago's World. So, I got to remind you, who's Jeff?
Okay, so there is a post that we found on Instagram, and it says,
just heard a drunk girl outside my house scream, I'm going to Jeff's. Like 3 friends simultaneously said, you are not going to Jeff's. And honestly, that is the most relatable shit of all time. Yes, so basically right over here, we have a similar experience of us getting drunk and having our own Jeffs.
we have Jeffs.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes. And Jeffs are guys that
fuck boys. Niggas that ain't shit.
Yeah, like they're just a waste of your time, you know. And they have red flags, but of course, why would we look at red flags? What if my favorite color is red? Because red is the color of love. That's why I don't ignore a red flag.
Like, we have no common sense.
Exactly. So I'm gonna start since the lady's like, I'ma start. And here's my story about Jeff. So a few years ago, long time ago, moons ago, suns ago, days ago, I don't know. Yeah, I was at the library, right? And there was this guy. He was hella hot, okay?
Okay, quick question. No, continue the video. Why are all the Jeffs hot?
I don't know. I've never seen an ugly Jeff ever in my life. Jeff, why are you cute?
Why are you cute?
Even now, Jeff is still cute.
Have you seen mine?
There's a depreciation, but he's still cute. That's the thing. Depreciates, but still freaking gorgeous. As I was saying, so he was very handsome, right? And then so I was with my friends, and I was with 2 friends, right? And then he pats on my shoulder, and he was doing campaigning for something at school. I'm just gonna say that. For something like, you know, at school. And he's running this campaigning thing and whatever. I did not even hear him say that. Guys, all I saw was this handsome guy talking to me. Like the DUTF, this guy was talking to me. The designated ugly queen friend to me. And I'm like, shoo, and I'm having all these fantasies, newbie, and then he's like, yeah, so will you do? He said something, he asked me a question, and now I'm gone, and I'm like, and then my friend butts in because she can see something's wrong here.
Okay,
you know?
Let me give you a hint. With my friend, as soon as she sees a cute guy, it's either she becomes clumsy or she freezes. She glitches.
I glitch, you know. So I was glitching, and then my friend buds in, and she's like, "Oh, hello," and then he's like, "No."
Oh, by the way, the friend wasn't me.
No, it wasn't her. It was somebody. It was another friend. She buds in, and she's like talking to him. They're talking about school, academics, fees must fall, you know, all these things. I'm just there looking at this guy like, yo, boy, where did you come from? Like, guys, my mind is not at school. They're busy saying yes, Tlago, and blah blah. I'm like, yes, but Nina, I'm not in the conversation. I'm just in this thing already. How is this guy so handsome? So he had a poster, and he was giving out posters on this thing where he was campaigning. So he had a poster of himself. So me being with Tlagomang, as soon as I got his poster, instead of advertising him, I took the poster and I put it up on my wall. Yeah.
Flag number 1.
I put it up on my wall, and I would be like, yo, this guy, na. And then I heard rumors that he's seeing someone, and then I was like, And then because every time I'd come in my room, sometimes when I come from the shower and I was changing, it felt like he was looking at me naked. So then I removed the poster because I was like, this is nasty. you know. Anyways, I forgot about him. I knew he was just the hot guy, ne? Then the following year, you know, I came back to school, and then he was there doing these campaigning, whatever things of his at school. And then a friend of mine went to him and told him that I had a poster of him in my room and I like him. I thought he was gonna think I'm creepy, but instead he actually gave me a hug and he was like, wow, she's so pretty. And then next thing, and then okay, whatever, that happened, right? Then he went to my friend and asked my friend if he could talk to me. And my friend was like, so do you want to talk to me? I'm like, is that even a question? Is that even a question?
You must ask.
Consent is there. And he comes and we were talking, he was telling me about himself, what's his name, where is he from, da. Okay, yes, and he's telling me my name is Jeff. Yeah, so Jeff is there and whatever. And I met him that day. Then I never saw him for a while, you know, but I'd see him around because he was doing his campaigning things and usual. Of course, when I saw him around, babes, now I was staring with the binoculars, what have you, zoom in. And then I once took a video of him. I know this is crazy. If he ever watches this, he's gonna think I'm a creep when he wasn't looking. And I sent it to somebody. And then they said, no girl, don't go for it. You know. Did I listen?
No. Do we ever listen?
That's why I said it's secret. And then I didn't listen. Then a few weeks later, I went out with my friends and we called this night gin night because we had a lot of gin.
Ooh.
And that was when I discovered.
Oh, that's why you say gin is your devil.
Yes.
Okay.
So while we're dancing that night with my friends and everything, he was there. So now in my gin state, I'm there too with my friends. Oh my gosh, guys, this guy, this guy. My friends are like, if you want him so bad, go to him. So I have gin and I'm the most clumsiest person who ever have a crush on someone. So I go to him, okay? And I talk to him and I'm like, and then I come back to my friends. My friends are like, and I'm like, I just said hi. And my friends are like, say something else. And then my friends like go to him and say, please make out with me. And then I went to him, right? They're in the club. And I'm like, can we make out? And he's like, not here. So for me, in my gin state, I concluded that he said no. And I went to my friends and I'm like, he doesn't want me. And they're like, what happened? And then my friends are like, what happened? And I'm like, no, I asked him if we can make out. And then he said, not here. That means he doesn't want me. My friends were like, bitch, he said not here. And then I'm like, but I know, but you know, he kind of said no. They're like, no, if he said not here, it means somewhere else.
Somewhere private.
I shouldn't. Ooh. At that time, it sounded exciting, né? But now I'm just like, yo.
Bitch, is you know.
And then, the night ended and then I was with my friends and then I was standing with my friends and my friends went to him. We went as a group to him, all of us. And then guys, that time the gin was just hitting 10 times worse than when the night had began, ne?
It was awesome.
Sure. I couldn't hear anything, first of all. That's like, yeah. And then he's like, he was talking to my friends and my friends are like, we want to come to your place one day and have some dinner and something like that. And he's like, you guys can come for dinner on one condition. And they're like, what? Can I take her?
Oh.
And he points at me and they all look at me. This is me in gin state. Huh? Right? And my friends are like, Tlago, did you hear that? And I can't hear anything. That's the thing. I can't hear anything. So I'm like, ah! And I'm like, what did he say? They're like, he wants to take you home. And I'm like, you guys are lying to me. And then he's like, no, seriously. And then they pushed me on him. I felt like I was catched by a knight armor. I don't know.
Prince Charming. He was like, come into my arms.
And then I made and then okay, we went home to his place. And then we hooked up. Okay, and then he took me home, whatever. And I didn't see him for like a week. So I could not stop talking about him for that whole week. And then my friend was like, but if you like him so much, Oh no, before that, no. I could not stop talking about him for a whole week. And then he added all my other friends on Facebook, but he didn't add me.
Who does that?
Bruh.
Red flag number 2.
And then my friend is like, okay, friend, he added all of us. Maybe he's looking for you because I have a hard name. And plus, he's not the same native language as me. So it was that thing of like, he's not familiar with my name.
Okay,
that was the excuse.
Ugh, I hate excuse and it's lame as fuck. Here's the thing. Weren't you and your friends posting each other on social media when he followed them? If you were, obviously he would see that they tagged you. He was just being prideful. Niggas and their egos.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe, okay, so the assumption we can make, he was just being prideful, and that, for me, that was very shitty.
Trifling.
That's very shitty. Or he just didn't catch my name, or he's just being prideful. So for me, I was still stupid at that time, and my friend is like, you know what, why don't you just add him? I mean, you like him so much, you like him a lot, and you keep talking about him, and you don't even know what kind of a guy is he. What if he's a jerk? Sweetheart, what if he's a jerk?
What if?
Good question. And then I was like, okay, then I added him because I don't have pride, bro. If I like someone, if you like someone, my thing is just try. It's not about, don't try too hard, but at least try to do something. I mean, it's better that they know you like them so that you know that you're
just
rejected.
give them a hint that you like them.
Yes, so that they reject you or they give you a chance. See, so I was just like, let me just add him ads. Then my friend is like, and then another friend is like, but you haven't said anything. And I'm like, And then she's like, say something. I go in his inbox. I'm like, I can't do it.
No, we were not raised like that.
This is me holding my phone and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't say anything in the inbox. I can't.
It's because we weren't raised like that.
And then she's like, you know what? Let me say something. Must I tell him, hi, let's go hang out for coffee, right? During the weekend. And I was like, okay. And even my okay, like guys, it was
okay.
It was like I don't think this is a good idea, right? So we say hi. He sends hi with an emoji. Then I'm like, I can't text, can we go out for coffee? And I give it to my friend. And my friend takes it. She's like, okay, can we go out for coffee? And then she gives me the phone. And he responds this and he's like, oh yeah, he said he's busy. So when he said he was busy, for me, I overreact. So in my brain, I had concluded that it's a no, Tlago. It's a no, right? But he said we'll talk another time. So I was like, so maybe he's gonna get back to me. Where? And then, so it was the thing of like, Tlago, don't worry, you know. And then another friend was like, my other friends were like, no, Tlago, don't worry. You know what? All you need to do, dress nice, always have makeup on, keep your hair on fleek so that you're at his level. Because at the time he was like, he's kind of popular and his campaigning stuff kind of boost up his
popularity.
Yeah. So, and his ego, his status and whatever, that boring stuff that celebrities do.
You know. The rankings and shit.
Yes, you know. So it was that thing of like, okay, so I thought that I had to like match up to his level and what have you, because he was, you know, the it guy. So I have to match up. So nigga is silent, dude. Doesn't even like any of my pictures. I like his pictures. And I'm like, okay, so this isn't happening. You know, like, and it kind of hurt because it was like, okay. But I was like, then I guess I'll just go ahead and see other people, you know. And I also remember this the one time when I also was like, okay, I'm not getting this guy, is when I used to follow him on Instagram, man. And he had a picture of another girl.
Oh, I remember.
Where they went to, I don't know if it was her date, but they were at some event. And
I remember. Oh yeah, I do remember.
Yeah, they were at an event and they took a picture together. And in all honesty, I was trying to study for an exam. And yeah, that picture really hurt me. It was like him saying, Tlago, I don't like you. That's how I saw that picture. And then I unfollowed him. And then I didn't tell anybody. Like, I didn't tell any of my friends what I had saw and whatever, because they were telling me things like, Tlago, he's not your boyfriend, so you can't overreact, and which makes sense, but it stings, it just hurts, I don't know why. And then I'm moving on, I'm looking at, the new meats, the other meats, the other daughters, the other whatever. And then one day I was out with my friends and I was talking to this other guy. He was so handsome. Plus, he had called me. He said that I was beautiful and stuff. So I was talking to him. And then, like...
Trash number 2.
Have you ever felt like someone's looking at you? Yeah, bro. And then I look the other side and then I see it's Jeff. He's looking at me. But he's looking at me with these jealous eyes, like... kind of eyes, like... giving me cold stares. And I'm like, Joe?
What did
I do? You went... You took pictures with another girl online.
And you expect me to stay and wait for you. Really, nigga?
And I was dumb, right? And then while I'm talking to that guy, some girl, I'm telling the story like it is now. Some girl, we were by the toilets at this other 37, like,
yeah.
The toilets are...
Oh, nasty.
They're nasty. And when it gets crowded there, it gets crowded. And the worst part is that the toilets there, they're females outside. And males. Mm-hmm. It's not
mixed masala.
It's mixed. It's not male toilets, female toilets. It's like mixed masala. You get what I'm saying? So he was standing so the hot guy was standing behind me, and then this girl, I think she likes the hot guy, and then she started fighting with me. So she started fighting with me because I called her. Okay, she was annoying me, and then I called her bitch. I was wrong for doing that, and then she tried to fight me. She tried to hit me and attack me, and then my friend defend me, you get me, and then it turned into a bit of a fight, and then guess who tries to come and stop the fight? Jeff comes there. What is going on? What are you doing here? And plus he saw the whole thing happen, so whatever, but I didn't care at that point. And then I was questioning, like, okay, why would you come? Not only that, why were you giving me cold stares with another guy? You don't want me, manje. And then the cold stares and also the fight, I asked the guy friend, and my guy friend was like, no, he doesn't like you. If he really liked you, he was gonna come ask you out for movies and not behave like that. And I was just like,
he just wanna fuck.
Okay, whatever. I moved on with my life and whatever, and I started living. So at some degree, I had a spot for him, because I was like, he got jealous. When you make room for hope.
The worst thing ever.
And then I was like, maybe, he's just whatever and whatever. And then I was like, and then my friend is like, you like this guy and he's still going to the club having the best time of his life while you're sitting here
depressed.
Miserable. And I'm like, yo. That really hit, like, yo, that line hit. He was living his life, and plus under that, my marks were falling at school. So imagine your marks falling, then this whole shit,
drama,
like, ooh. And then I was just like, you know what, he's cancelled. Then one day we went to where we eat, the cafeteria. We'll just call it the cafeteria, okay? And his campaigning whatever came to our cafeteria to advertise themselves. And then while I'm sitting down, he didn't see me, right? He comes in, he goes and gets his food, and then he comes at the door. He was gonna sit within another table, then he saw my friends, and then he changes and comes to our table and is like, can I sit with you guys? Now at that point I still liked him, ne? So all these feelings, like, ooh, and I couldn't sit there, and all my friends were like, okay, we're leaving, and I'm not like, y'all are gonna leave me alone? Yeah, fuck no. Yeah. I got up and I left. And then so there's this page we have where you can talk about your crushes, your love, whatever, but it's anonymous. So that same day, ne, I went on the page and I wrote a message to him, and I was like, what did I say? Yeah, it's such a blur. Oh yeah, I was like, oh, I don't know. I said something like, you make me melt like ice. Like,
oh, okay.
Your presence is a lot for me. That's what I remember what I said. The next morning, because I posted it at 10 o'clock at night, and it shows even the time, ne? And it was on the same day he came to the cafeteria. And then he comments, and he never comments on anything. He comments, he's like, oh, what a way to start my morning. This is where everything went downhill, because now I feel like I have the chance with this nigga. So here I am thinking, I have the chance. Like, I got this nigga. I'm over there. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna get him. Yo, levels, those retarded things. And then he didn't come around for a long, like months. He never came around. And he was still doing his own thing, campaigning. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, hey, let it end. And I was just like, and I just let it go. And then the following year, I wasn't completely over him. So, someone was going through his Instagram account, and I just saw other girls there, and I was just like, you know what? Why are you bothering? Exactly. So I was just like, fuck, bubble. So this is when I met this girl over here, and then we went out to this other party, and then he was there. Jeff was there. Jeff takes his phone, he comes near our circle and he does this. So this is our circle. Dikeledi is the circle. He does this with his phone, taking a selfie.
I remember that. And we were all looking there.
We were all looking. I'm like, what musunery is this? What musunery is this? Literally there.
This one.
And I'm like, wait a minute, you have so many girls to entertain. Why? You're old news to me now. It's a last year thing. What are you doing here? You know? And he would do these weird things, whereas like, if I also remember once I was talking to another guy and he gave me that stare, and I just was like,
whatever,
stay all you want. Like, you don't want me that much. Like, you don't want me that much. Like, you want me, but you don't want me that much. And the other stuff I can't even talk about, because he just makes me so weak and so sickening. And it's like, I'm over you now. And I feel like if you had wanted me that bad, like, the way you reacted, like,
was
so
just
childish. It was. And now I'm over him. I don't care.
Good.
Life is so good. You're all in the past. And I got rid of him everywhere. Like, I unfriended him on Facebook, unfollowed him on Instagram. I was just like,
I still haven't unfollowed my Jeff.
Remove Jeff. Archive. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, the reason why he's my Jeff is because every time I was drunk, before I got over him, I always used to call him all the time.
Yeah.
And once I was even outside in the streets crying, my wig was even the wrong way around.
Which this is where we relate. Okay, so with my story, like, to walk is to see,
right?